The story begins with a scientist named Richard Quinn, who arrives with his research team in search of an ancient creature known as the Chupacabra, a mysterious beast said to have wings. Inside a dark cave, the team discovers a wall painting that clearly describes the Chupacabra. Suddenly, they hear strange sounds echoing through the cave. When they investigate, one of the scientists finds a large wing feather and brings it to Richard. Seeing the feather, Richard goes deeper into the cave, where he discovers something shocking, a baby Chupacabra. As Richard tries to lift the creature, the mother Chupacabra suddenly appears. She attacks Richard, knocking him to the ground, then grabs her baby in her mouth and runs away. Richard fires a flare gun, burning one of her wings. Even though she's injured, the Chupacabra escapes with her child. Richard and his team chase her using their vehicles. Soon, the Chupacabra tries to fly, but because one wing is burned, she fails. Richard nearly catches up to her, but she climbs a steep slope. Richard attempts to drive after her, but his vehicle gets stuck, forcing him and his team to continue the chase on foot. Along the way, Richard finds one of the creature's claws. A little further ahead, the Chupacabra is hit by a vehicle on the road and gets badly injured. She hides inside the bushes. When Richard and his team arrive, the Chupacabra secretly leaves her baby behind and deliberately runs toward them, leading them away to protect her child. The baby Chupacabra climbs onto a rock and cries out loudly, and the scene cuts. Soon after, news spreads that a creature called El Chupacabra has been spotted in San Javier, Mexico, believed to be killing goats and drinking their blood. Farmers report finding several goats mysteriously dead across the region. The story then shifts to Kansas City, USA, where we meet a lonely boy named Alex, studying at Lakewood Middle School. During lunch, Alex sits alone in the cafeteria, playing games on his handheld console. A bully approaches, snatches the console, and starts mocking him. Alex stays quiet because he's all alone. Later, Alex returns home, where his mother hands him his passport and tells him he's going to Mexico. Alex immediately says he doesn't like Mexico and doesn't want to go. His mom explains that spending time with family will be good for him. His grandfather Chava will take care of him, and his father always said that San Javier is a magical place. She also reminds him that his cousins live there and he might enjoy himself. Feeling sad, Alex goes to his room and starts crying while looking at his father's photograph. His mother joins him and tells him that his dad wanted to go on this trip with him, but he passed away due to cancer. She reassures Alex that he's never alone and that his entire family will always be there for him. Eventually, Alex boards a flight to Mexico. At the airport, his grandfather Chava warmly greets him and hugs him, joking that he wanted to see how strong Alex had become. On the way home, Chava asks if Alex's dad never taught him Spanish. Alex replies that his dad tried, but since no one in Kansas City spoke Spanish, he never learned it properly. Chava smiles and tells Alex that he looks exactly like his father. Hearing this makes Alex emotional, so he distracts himself by playing games on his console. When they reach home, Chava introduces Alex to his cousin Memo, explaining that Memo only speaks Spanish and will help Alex learn the language. Memo shows Alex to his room, located above his own, cluttered with old items. As Alex walks through the house, he notices several photographs of Chava from his younger days, when he used to be a fighter. Suddenly, Alex hears the sound of a guitar. He looks out the window and sees Luna, Memo's sister, peacefully playing guitar. Soon after, Luna walks up to Alex. Alex politely tries to shake her hand, but Luna instead pulls him into a warm hug and says, "Relax, we're in Mexico." Here we say hello with a hug. Nearby, two goats are grazing peacefully, unaware that a baby Chupacabra is secretly running behind them. Later, Alex comes downstairs from his room, when suddenly Memo grabs him by the neck and flips him to the ground. Memo absolutely loves fighting and rough play. Luna then asks Alex if he knows El Relámpago Azul. Alex shakes his head. Luna pulls out a video and explains that their grandfather Chava was once known as Azul, a legendary fighter. He fought the strongest opponents of his time and never lost a single match. She tells him about El Chaca, Chava's old rival. Once, El Chaca threw Chava out of the ring, causing a serious head injury that left him in a coma for a month. Just then, Chava walks in and turns off the TV, saying coldly, "I don't like that man." Later, Chava takes everyone to his farm, where they discover a dead goat. Luna tells Alex that the Chupacabra is a vampire creature that drinks goat blood. Chava immediately dismisses it, saying Chupacabra only exists in stories. Chava leaves the area with Luna and Memo, but when Alex looks closely at the goat's body, he notices 2 fang marks, and shockingly, the wounds move on their own. Alex is left stunned. Meanwhile, we see Richard Quinn on the phone, telling someone that Chupacabra is real. He explains that one of them is a baby, weighing around 30 to 50 pounds, while the mother weighs 500 to 800 pounds. Suddenly, a helicopter lands nearby, and a man named Taylor steps out. Richard hands him the burned Chupacabra wing, saying they found the creature but it escaped. Taylor reminds Richard that he promised to deliver Chupacabra blood, which has the power to cure any disease. Richard asks for more time. Taylor warns him that the investors are losing patience and gives him 1 week or the project will be shut down. That night, Alex is in his room playing games when he hears strange noises outside. He looks out the window and suddenly sees something move right in front of him, terrifying him. When he looks again, he realizes it's just a goat. Alex lies back on his bed, but then hears Chava's voice. Chava is sitting inside the ranch house, playing music from an old music box. Alex secretly watches him. Suddenly, Alex notices something moving in the bushes. It's the Chupacabra. Terrified, Alex screams. Hearing the scream, Luna and Memo rush over, followed by Chava. Alex tells them he saw a Chupacabra in the bushes. Chava shines a flashlight, but all they find is a rabbit. Thinking Alex imagined it, Luna and Memo leave. Alex has a small injury on his hand, so Chava takes him back inside the house. Once they leave, the Chupacabra quietly emerges from the bushes. The next morning, Alex wakes up and is shocked to see the Chupacabra licking the wound on his hand. Alex screams in fear, causing the creature to panic and jump out the window. When Alex checks his hand, the wound is completely healed. He looks outside, but the Chupacabra is gone. Luna is sitting nearby and calls Alex to come light a firework rocket, but Alex refuses at first. Luna laughs and tells him to have some fun, then starts balancing on a wooden plank. Alex asks how her English is so good. Luna replies that she watches a lot of movies. She also mentions that after Alex's father passed away, her mom put up his photo and says Alex looks just like him. Luna hands Alex a rocket, and this time, Alex lights it. Just then, Memo runs over and says that Grandpa Chava is missing. Luna explains that Chava suffers from memory loss, so he often wanders off. Luna, Alex, and Memo get into a car and head toward the market to search for Chava. At the same time, Richard and his team investigate the road where the Chupacabra was hit by a vehicle. While searching, Richard finds a license plate, a crucial clue that could finally lead him to the creature. On the other side, Alex reaches the local market with his cousins. Luna goes off alone to search for Grandpa Chava, while Alex and Memo look for him together. At one shop, Alex notices a small Chupacabra statue. The shopkeeper tells him, "This is a Chupacabra. People say it's a monster, but they're not evil." Later, Alex and Memo sit down to eat when Luna returns and tells them that Grandpa Chava isn't there, so they all leave together. On the way back, Memo changes the music tape in the car, switching it to traditional Mexican music. Luna and Memo start singing along happily. Alex asks what pachuco means. Luna explains that a Mexican who lives in America is called a pachuco. Alex smiles and says, "Then I guess I'm a pachuco too." Soon, all three of them start singing together. A little further down the road, they spot Chava walking with a goat. Chava tells them he went out for a walk and decided to buy the goat. Everyone gets back into the car and heads home. Suddenly, Richard appears in front of their car and tells them to leave the area. At the same time, Richard speaks to a police officer, asking for help to find a Chupacabra. The officer laughs and says Chupacabras aren't real. Richard then shows him a Chupacabra claw, leaving the officer stunned. Back at home, Alex and his cousins watch news about the Chupacabra on TV, but Chava turns it off, saying it's all just rumors, and walks away. Alex tells Luna that Grandpa is hiding something. He explains how Chava was sitting alone in the ranch house last night, listening to music. Alex believes Chava is hiding the Chupacabra. Luna dismisses the idea, saying Chava's memory loss is getting worse, and creatures like Chupacabra don't exist. Later, Alex goes to the ranch house and listens to the music box. Suddenly, the Chupacabra appears and tries to chew on the music box. Alex quickly brings some sausages for it. The Chupacabra smacks the sausage onto Alex's face. Alex gestures for it to eat, but the creature sniffs the sausage and throws it away. The Chupacabra then climbs to the upper part of the ranch house, and Alex follows. The creature hands Alex a box containing a dead mouse, signaling Alex to eat it. Alex pretends to eat the mouse, but the Chupacabra smells the truth. Thunder suddenly rumbles in the sky, frightening the Chupacabra. Alex gently hugs the creature, and they fall asleep together. The next morning, Memo comes to wake Alex, but hears strange noises. Alex tries to stop him, but Memo goes to check and finds nothing. Suddenly, the Chupacabra hangs from a pillar of the ranch house. Alex quietly tells it to leave, but it doesn't move. When Memo looks up, the creature is gone. As Memo turns away, the Chupacabra jumps right in front of him, terrifying him. Alex quickly explains that it's a Chupacabra. Memo slowly pets it, amazed. Just then, Luna arrives, screams in shock, and the Chupacabra gets angry. Alex reassures her that the creature won't hurt anyone. Alex names the creature Chupa. Luna insists they can't keep it there, saying it has wings and can fly back home. Alex explains that Chupa doesn't know how to fly, and Memo excitedly says he'll teach it. At that moment, Grandpa Chava arrives and finally tells the truth. He explains that a few nights ago, a large Chupacabra crashed into his car and ran into the desert. Days later, when he returned to get his car, he found Chupa hiding in the bushes. Chava believes Chupa was separated from its family during the accident. He tried searching for its family but couldn't find them. Just then, a goat wanders nearby. Chupa moves to attack it, but Alex stops him in time. Meanwhile, Richard arrives at Chava's house and tells him that he and his partner work for the US government, searching for special animals to create medicine. He shows Chava his car's license plate and demands to search the house. Chava refuses. Richard insists, saying he knows Chava has seen a chupacabra. Chava angrily tells him to leave or he'll force him out. Before leaving, Richard hands Chava his card and says, "If you ever see the chupacabra again, call me." And with that, Richard walks away, knowing he's closer than ever. Alex slowly walks toward Chupa, but Chupa suddenly tries to attack him. To calm him down, Alex turns on the music box. Hearing the familiar tune, Chupa relaxes, walks closer, and gently holds the music box, listening carefully. Alex softly says that his dad used to play this same song for him when he was little. Alex begins to sing, and surprisingly, Chupa starts humming along with him. With emotion in his voice, Alex promises Chupa, "I swear I'll take you back to your family." Just then, Memo arrives and takes Chupa with him to teach him how to fly. He brings Chupa up to the rooftop and tells him to spread his wings and jump. Memo jumps down first into a pile of hay, and seeing this, Chupa jumps too. For a few seconds, Chupa actually glides through the air before landing safely on the hay. Later, Chava shows Alex videos of his old wrestling matches and proudly says that the suplex was his signature move. He admits that El Perico Verde performed it even better. Alex immediately replies that his grandpa's suplex was the best. Chava then hands Alex a wrestling mask and reveals a shocking truth. Alex's father was El Perico Verde. He explains that Alex's dad had the potential to become a legendary fighter, but everything changed when he met Alex's mom and moved to America. He was an incredible fighter, but Alex doesn't want to hear it and starts playing on his console again. This makes Chava angry. He snatches the console away and says, "If you want this back, you'll have to fight me." Alex refuses, but Chava insists. He tells Alex to wear his father's mask and fight him. Outside on the court, they wrestle. Chava grabs Alex and tells him that every time he talks about Alex's father, Alex hides behind video games. He says pain and sadness must be faced, not avoided. Chava wins the fight and starts celebrating. In anger and frustration, Alex pushes him, causing Chava to fall hard and get injured. Alex is immediately filled with guilt. A doctor arrives, gives Chava an injection, and tells the kids that it's just shock, nothing serious. Suddenly, Chupa lets out a loud cry. When the doctor asks about the noise, Alex quickly lies, saying it's just a sick cow. Later, when Alex and his cousins go to check on Chupa, they discover that Richard has arrived to capture him. Alex tries to stop Richard, but he doesn't listen. Chupa attacks Richard, but Richard shoots him with a tranquilizer gun, knocking Chupa out. As Richard lifts Chupa, the creature slashes his face, injuring him. Richard loads Chupa into his car. Luna and Memo try to stop him, while Alex rushes to Chava and tells him that his old enemy El Chacal is outside. Chava puts on his wrestling gear and confronts Richard. Alex reveals that Richard is El Chacal. Without hesitation, Chava kicks Richard to the ground. Alex, Chava, and the cousins steal Richard's car and escape, but a goat suddenly blocks their path. Richard tries to grab the car from the window, but Memo bites his hand, forcing him to let go. They reach the site of Chava's old car accident, where Chupa wakes up and runs toward the desert. Alex and the others chase after him. Meanwhile, Richard calls his team and orders them to surround the entire area. Alex follows Chupa alone and becomes separated from the others. Chupa stops at the edge of a canyon and lets out a call. From the other side, another chupacabra answers. Alex joins in the call, realizing Chupa has found his family. With tears in his eyes, Alex hugs Chupa and says goodbye. Chupa walks across a pipeline to the other side of the canyon. As Alex turns to leave, a leopard suddenly appears. To escape, Alex climbs onto the same pipeline, but the leopard follows. Just in time, Grandpa arrives and scares the leopard away. Grandpa steps onto the pipeline to rescue Alex, but the pipe suddenly breaks, leaving Alex hanging in the air. Hearing Alex's scream, Chupa returns and carefully moves onto the pipeline to help. Alex grabs Chupa's tail, but the pipe slips again, and both begin to fall. At the very last moment, Chupa spreads his wings and flies, saving Alex and gently placing him safely beside Grandpa. But then, Richard appears once again and shoots Chupa with a tranquilizer, knocking him unconscious. Richard pulls out an electric stun stick, using it to scare Alex and the others away. He locks Chupa inside a metal cage and starts driving off with him. Alex and his family chase after the car, but suddenly, a giant chupacabra blocks Richard's path. Terrified, Richard tries to reverse, but two more adult chupacabras surround the vehicle, cutting off all escape. Richard steps out of the car, still holding Chupa's cage, and tries to scare the creatures with his electric stick. But before he can react, Grandpa grabs Richard from behind and slams him to the ground with a powerful suplex. Alex rushes to Chupa, holding back tears. He gently says goodbye. Moments later, Chupa flies away with his mother, finally reunited with his family. Alex, Grandpa, and the cousins quietly head back home. Soon, Alex begins packing to return to America. Luna comes to him and hands him her music player along with a cassette tape. She smiles and says, "I made this Mexican band tape just for you. You can learn Spanish with it." Alex hugs Luna and thanks her. As Alex goes to look load his bags into the car, Memo suddenly jumps out of the trunk and challenges him to a playful fight. This time, Alex confidently defeats Memo, and they both laugh. Alex heads to the airport with Grandpa. On the way, Alex softly says, "My dad was right. San Javier really is magical." At the airport, Grandpa admits, "I forget things easily, so everything that happened here, you must remember it for me." Alex hugs him tightly and promises, "I'll never forget any of it, Grandpa." Before boarding his flight, Alex hands Grandpa his gaming console as a gift and boards the plane. Later, while listening to music on the flight, Alex looks at his father's old wrestling mask. Suddenly, outside the window, he sees Chupa flying alongside the airplane. Alex smiles, his eyes filled with happiness. Chupa flies off into the sky, back home with his parents. Some stories don't just end, they stay with you. If Chupa made you smile, feel, or believe a little more, subscribe for more such journeys. And hey, share this story with someone who still believes in magic. More stories are waiting.